Welcome to
The Layered Tribe,
where we're unmasking blend reality. I'm back with Jackie.
Hello.
And we are doing a Reddit review where we're looking at real lives and just real.
The real.
The real. So I'm going to start off today's by reading from Hot Maximum 7576. I don't know if you know that Reddit just like leaves you stuck with whatever username. If you don't change it, if you sign up an account and you don't change your username right then, they will automatically give you one, and then you're like
and you're stuck with it.
It's quite awful.
No.
And I forget what mine is, but it's not a good one. I am not happy. Anyway.
Can you have multiple Reddits?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
But I've already have history with this one.
Okay.
Before I started this journey. So from Hot Maximum 7576, the Reddit post was, I've been thinking about this a lot, especially since we got married, and it's really set in. Like, oh, is this my life now? Like, I totally was like, yeah. Another woman who procreated with my husband is going to be an ever-present person in my marriage. Cool. Yeah. And this pops up every holiday season for us. It just kind of was like the exes, man. The exes.
I don't know. I have a really hard time with those. I have a really hard time with these because
You're the ex.
I am the woman that has the kids in my situation. So when I hear that, my initial response is, you knew what you were getting into.
Oh, my husband says that all the time, and it just angers me. No, you don't know what you're getting into.
Look, listen. I know, and I have told my husband many times, if he would have had kids, I'm a hypocrite. I probably wouldn't have married him.
Absolutely. I no, I'm with you on that.
I had kids.
I know. It does feel very hypocritical because I didn't date anybody with kids all the way up to my husband. He's the first person I dated with kids. And see, this is why you don't date somebody with kids, because you might wind up married.
Because us women were crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, I just think about having to deal with a crazy baby
Another
mama.
you on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Well, I thought because all his kids were out of the house that there would be no. And to be honest, it's not a direct impact. She's not showing up at the house crazy or anything, but there's still an impact.
She's still present, yeah.
There's still, because of what she said, we are now going to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Your kids are in your freaking 30s and 20s. We're not even talking about kids. Like, you're not shuttling them back and forth. So,
I couldn't. I know I couldn't. And
I totally agree. And one of the comments was Serendipity 310 said this, capital letters. I had to try to explain it to my fiance in the beginning. At one point he was like, yeah, but it's not like it's a lot. It's not a big deal. Oh. And I responded with, oh, so if I communicated with my ex every week and we had to see him every week like clockwork, that wouldn't bother you? That shut him up pretty quick. But I totally get it's not a big deal because it's not a lot. My husband has literally said those words with me. Like, it's not like you have to deal with this that often, or you don't even have to deal with it directly, or this doesn't even directly impact you. And I'm like, no, but it does.
You know what? I don't know. Now I take it back because before my husband, I dated people with kids and it was a good relationship. And the relationship with their mother was a great relationship. Now I'm thinking, no. Now I'm thinking with my husband, it's more of a me. It's more of, I guess, my thought of what his choice of women are. Because I don't know why I'm convinced he would have had a crazy baby mama. But my ex baby mama was not. She was a good woman, so she never gave me problems.
I think that is true. I think part of that is I don't think his ex is crazy, but it's just the fact that somebody outside of my relationship and my marriage has influence into my relationship and my marriage and what I do, my life.
Yeah.
Another woman is controlling my husband and my life.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
And that's at the end of the day.
And if it's bothering her now, then that should be the hint to, I mean, I don't usually agree with you, but don't do it. Don't do it. If it's bothering you that much now.
I mean, I think that they're already married. And this is the problem is like, once you're already in it, like you're in it. And now this is just part of your life. And then you just like, I guess, have to learn how to manage your own emotions.
Yeah. If you're already in it, you're married.
You're like screwed.
You already made the decision that it's in your vows. Come on. You're screwed.
Well, I think there needs to be a new set of vows. Maybe we can write a new set of vows for layered tribes because.
Oh, there needs to be boundaries for the ex.
That's a whole
There needs to be boundaries that need to be respected.
We're going to put a pin in that because that boundary discussion is literally probably a month-long series that we should do. Because that boundary discussion.
No.
Woo,
there needs to be boundaries. And if the husband doesn't set them for you, you need to set them for yourself, because it's obviously interrupting your peace. And
yeah. We're gonna see if we can come up with some tips on how to do that because I don't have any right off the bat. I just thought that I wanted to call this out because it was like I understand. I was like, I understand. The main reason why I wanted to talk about this Reddit was because I resonated with the fact that this is part, I guess to your point, what you just said, this is now part of your life.
Yeah.
And how you manage it and how you set boundaries is going to be the success.
And it's kind of hard though, because she doesn't go into a lot of detail, like any detail actually. So you don't know if the ex is causing drama or not, or if it's just the fact that she exists.
Even if it's, I don't even think I think the level of drama that may or may not be happening, it does come into play. I think it's the point that they exist. The point is that they're there. And yes, this is your life now. And yes, you will always have at least, no, I think even in that, even until adulthood, there's going to be this other voice.
I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I mean, everybody has exes. Yes, you're not communicating with your exes every day, but this person does have a child in the mix. So you're going to have to communicate with this person.
Even if they get married, like a
but
wedding.
You knew that.
You didn't know. And this is the argument that I have with my husband. It's like, yes, you do know. But it's like being a parent. You know what being a parent is until the day you have your first baby. And then it's like, oh, snap. This is not what I thought. Like I knew what being a parent was, but it's another whole level.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing is you have these ideas and these concepts going in because my husband has said that line to me so many times. Like so many times. Like you knew that before we got married. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't understand A, how it was going to impact me.
How it was going to impact you.
And B, I didn't understand how I was going to feel about the impact.
Yeah.
So even though you know it going in, you don't know it. And then like once you're in it, then that's kind of what I like where she's like, yeah, cool. So for the second Reddit, this one is from Glad Proposal 1293. She's not very glad. This is what she posted. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'm delusional. My boyfriend and I have been living together for 2 years. He has 4 kids. I have 0. We have 2 of the kids full-time, ages 15 and 14. His oldest is going to move in with us. She's 16. That's now having, or 3 of the 4
3
kids.
out of 4. Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend says this will be a good thing as he won't have to pay child support and he will have extra money to spend on us. I'm not convinced though because it's already hard with 2. I can only imagine what it's going to feel like with 3. I brought up my worries and he said he's not choosing between his kids and I. He said he's a father first and if I don't understand that, I can get the F out. What does everybody think? You think the extra money will help our relationship?
Okay. Oh my goodness. No, it's not even, don't even factor in the extra money. He's factoring the extra money because it's coming out of his pocket every month and it hurts. But
it's not really even extra money.
Exactly. It's not going to make you, it's not going to, well, it might break you.
It's going to break you.
Yeah, but no, don't factor, it's not, the money's not going to help your relationship. It's not.
There's not going to be any extra. Yeah.
No, the money he's not sending, now he's spending. You know.
And if it's already hard with 2, like 3 it's gonna be harder. I think
it's gonna be harder. She's not the villain here. She's not the villain. But I don't think he's the villain either, except until the part where he's told her to get the F out. But I think you wouldn't ask a mother to give up one of their kids. Why are you expecting it out of a father? What is the situation on the other side? Why is the kid having to come live with you now all of a sudden and not with a mother? What's happening that these changes are happening?
I think too, though, I think that's a very good point. But I think too, though, kind of going back to what you just said, if you knew this before you got in the relationship. She talks about how she brought up her words, but she's not choosing between him and the kids. He said he's not choosing between her and the kids. And that's, I feel like a constant is that there is always this, you need to choose between your partner / spouse or kids. And I agree with you that I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, I'm not going to make you choose between you and your kids. And I have been pretty proud to, for the most part. But I will tell you, there was a situation that I got to the point where I was like, okay, I've been so lenient, I've been so giving, and it's been like, you're running over me, you're taking advantage of it. And now I'm putting my foot down because you've been choosing your kid over and over to the detriment of my peace and our relationship. And his commitments to me kept being not honored. It didn't get to where you need to choose between me or a kid. So I do understand that it's hard, and I can get his angst, like, I'm not going to choose between you and my kids. That's really hard.
Well, and it makes a difference, though. Are you choosing between you and an adult child?
That's true.
This child is 16. Where is she going to go?
That's true.
You say, no, she can't come here. Where is she going to go? She obviously can't stay where she is.
Right.
So where is she going to go? And she probably has some feelings about having to come over here, too.
Yeah, that's true. And I think, I think because he's on the defense of that was his response.
And I think so, too. I think if he's constantly hearing, he's telling you he's not going to choose because he's obviously being made to feel like he has to choose.
Right.
So he's going to he's a person, he's a human. He's going to have a response, and it's not always going to be rosy.
Right.
So.
And it's kind of funny because now that we're talking through this, because when I first, I think I need to go edit my response. Because when you first read this and he says that, you're like, wow. How could you? But I really honestly didn't even think about what you just said of, you wouldn't make a mother choose. Why do you make a father choose? More truth bombs.
Yeah.
And then looking at the comment section, Shallow Grounder 1 said, well, if the person I love told me I could get the F out over expressing a valid concern for any reason, I think I'd be totally taking him at his word, honestly. And I totally kind of agreed with that at first, which is why I pulled his comment. But honestly, if he's backed into a corner, which is what you just said, I would probably say the same thing.
Yes.
Because I wish he would tell me that my kid is going to cost too much or can't come or...
And he's probably worried and uncomfortable too. It's a change for everyone, not just you. He's having his own reservations, but it's something he has to do. That's his child. So he's going to do it regardless of whatever feelings it's stirring up inside of him. So
I did agree with Impress Appropriate 25. Love the name, by the way. Find someone who adores you and let him grow old with his precious kids. This is why I have my Stay Solo Saturday TikTok series, because I just feel like whether it's a mom or a dad, it is too much going on with you and your kids to bring in somebody else who doesn't adore your kids. Like she said, find someone who adores you and let him grow up with his precious kids. And that's the fight you're fighting. This is the type of fight you're fighting because that person, this is not their kids and they don't see it the same way. And she's probably not logically. All she took away from this is that he told her to get the F out.
Yes, that's all.
That's all she took away from this. And all he's taking away from this is my 16-year-old needs me in addition to my 14 and 15-year-old. Like all my kids need me and I need to make it happen. And he's trying to make the money work. And she doesn't say if she works or not, but even if she is working, trust me when I say the division of the finances in a blended or a layered tribe can be a little tricky. The other no intention 3565 said, nope, you have been given a gift of an easy out. He said get in line or get the F out.
Honey, do you realize the amount of times that I don't even know if she wants to be a mother or not.
Yeah.
But when she does become a mother, and if whether she stays with the father or not, how many times she's gonna feel like she has to take her kid's side over anybody else's? You know, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a good point. He is doing what he's supposed to do. The last one that I'm going to talk about, because you kind of mentioned it, was all out of usernames. I love it. Said extra money. How much does he think it costs to feed, clothe, and house a child full time? If anything, there will be less money.
There will be less money.
Yeah. So I think he was just trying to say that to get her off his back.
Well, because it's different though. If you're the one, it's one thing when you see
the money staying
500
home.
going that way versus
true.
You have 500 going in your own circle, you know, and she sees where it's going.
Yes.
And I think it's different.
It is totally different. We, my little chat group and I, this is a hot topic on our chat group, because that money going out, which is another fight that we've had, where he's like, you knew this before we got married. And I'm like, yeah, but you telling me that you're paying child support and you're paying ABC for your kids when we're dating versus we're married now.
And it's taking
and
from
our
you.
bills are not, we're struggling to cover our bills because you are sending out money outside of our home. That's a whole different program. Yeah, that becomes, that's a fight. It is a fight. So yeah, I don't know. What would your overall advice be for Glad Proposal 1293?
I think I'm actually going to side with her husband on this, or her boyfriend on this one. I think she sounds like, well, she says it. She doesn't have kids, and she's not prepared for the sacrifices that kids entail, which they're not her kids.
Right.
So she shouldn't have to do them. But this is not where she needs to be.
Agreed.
She needs to go either be with someone that doesn't have kids, you know, and if she does have kids, she needs to have them with the person she's going to be with.
That also doesn't have kids.
Yes.
Preferably.
But this is not the place for her to be.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, so that was fun. Fun review of real life Reddit.
This is probably the only one you will see where we agree.
I don't think so. Or maybe that's part of the fun. That's it for today. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. It's tribe night. Actually, I just said that because I have two sisters who we started a group chat. I think it's like 3 or 4 years ago. And the purpose of this group chat is solely to debate when is the appropriate time to put up Christmas decorations. And they have been sending me this Mariah Carey, it's time, meme and link, and threatening to put up their Christmas stuff. We got a cool front in the middle of October, and they're like, yes, now we can put up Christmas. I'm like, no. Guess what? Today is the day. Today is the day after Thanksgiving, and I am very thankful. And now it is officially time to put up the Christmas decorations. What to do with your tribe? It's Black Friday today, and you can go. Shopping is something we do here in the States. We don't have to be told to go shopping. We don't have to say go to a local fall festival or holiday market, because I think that is something that we just naturally do in our culture. We're just like, here, take our money. Like, where do we give our money to next, right? Consumerism galore. So I'm going to say, as you're shopping today or even this weekend, because I mean, is Black Friday even just one day anymore? It's like everything is so elongated. I'm going to challenge you to get advent calendars. Now, there's advent calendars, all types of advent calendars. Last year, we actually did our first advent calendar, and it was pretty neat. I got a traditional one that leads up to the story of Jesus being born. But I got my husband, and it was like world facts. And he's such a nerd sometimes. He has this complete nerdy side. And I was like, this is going to be so cool, because every day he gets a piece of chocolate and he can have a different world fact. And this is just going to be right up his alley. And then I got my daughter the little minis. She loves the little tiny mini things. And I got her a little mini one, and every day was a little mini food. And so almost every day, we did skip a couple of days and then had to eat a whole bunch of chocolate a couple of times. But my husband's turned out to be like all about chocolate. And it was just like, today's another reason why chocolate is great. And today's another reason why, here's another fact about chocolate. It was the most it was the most boring, saddest advent calendar ever. It was horrible. It was not what I thought it was going to be. So be careful. They can be a little misleading. Do a little bit of research. But get one that, I don't like chocolate. I don't remember. I know that mine led up to the birth of Jesus, but I don't remember what it was. And I don't think it was chocolate, but it might have been because I don't remember what it was. But get an advent calendar. It's something that your tribe can do together and talk about, and everybody can have something different and based on their likes. And it's something that leads up to Christmas, and it's fun. So while you're out there, grab some advent calendars. Have a good one. Have a great tribe night. Bye. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. We welcome comments, testimonials, thoughts, questions, or rant, either by submitting a form on our website or leaving a voicemail at 281-946-9886. This is Jenny, and I wish you strength, grace, and wisdom as you continue this tricky journey with your modern layered tribe. Bye.